With this little video, I now want to demonstrate how to do the 0-point calibration with our gas detector Dräger PIR 7000. At first you need to know that for such a 0-point calibration you just need a simple and inexpensive tool, which is the magnetic wand. And you should remember that during the calibration you need to hit with the magnetic wand 4 times on the PIR 7000's housing. I will show you how it works. Now, to start the 0-point calibration, meaning to enter the calibration routine, you hit, using the magnetic wand, twice on the 0 sign of the configuration label, which is here. This means you clearly bring the PIR 7000 into its calibration mode, in other words, into maintenance mode. Then, no longer a measuring signal, but the maintenance signal is transmitted from the gas detector to the control system. And you need to hit twice, because by following this pattern, your wish to enter the calibration routine can be differentiated from potentially present electromagnetic fields on site. So you see now that both the green status light and the yellow one are flashing quickly. And because it flashes quickly, this means for you, you need to act. In other words, quickly flashing status lights are always requesting action by the end user. Now we need to apply zero gas, nitrogen or synthetic air. And for that reason, I place the calibration adapter on top of the splash guard. And we start gassing the zero gas to the instrument. Here it is important to achieve a stable gas concentration inside the PIR 7000's measuring cuvette, and this takes typically 3 minutes. Then we can confirm the stable measuring value by hitting with the magnetic wand again on the 0 sign of the label, now in total for the 3rd time. You can see both status lights are changing their status again. They are still flashing, but much more slowly than before. And slowly flashing status lights always mean you can and you should be patient. In other words, there's no action by the user requested. The PIR 7000 is now checking the stability of its measurement. And, when being sufficiently stable, the instrument software is comparing the actual measurement reading with the last saved calibration result, to provide later a result about the 0-point drift within that last calibration interval. And this checking the stability period takes typically 40 seconds, which is 4 times 10 seconds in a row, where defined stability criteria need to be met. Now you see that the status lights are changing their status again, and the green status light is now flashing just once. You can see the light is on, off, etc., etc. And this means that the calculated 0-point drift is within range 1, the smallest range of drift around the 0 point, the best possible calibration result. Speaking generally, it just once flashing green light always proves that the instrument has been drifted just very slightly, or maybe not at all. Now you have 2 options. The first option would be to accept this calibration without any further adjustment, meaning to cancel the calibration process without changing or saving any parameter. To do so, you would need to place the magnetic wand on the S for span or sensitivity, on the S sign of the configuration label, which is here. Then the calibration would be terminated and no parameter would be adjusted. But if you want to perform a real adjustment of the PIR 7000's measurement to a proper 0 point, which is your second option, then you should place the magnetic wand again, now for the 4th and last time, on the 0 sign of the configuration label. Now the 0 point is adjusted to a proper 0, whenever it was before. And after some seconds of saving these data and doing some software checks, you see that the instrument switches back to normal operation, to normal measuring mode. The green status light is on.